Hello, this video will show you how to download the OCTE SHSM Certifications Brightspace course package from the OCTE website and upload it into your school board's Brightspace Learning Management System, or LMS. SHSM leads are encouraged to reach out to their DELT or TELT in order to make sure that there is a Brightspace shell available for them in order to work with this material. The first step will be to navigate to the OCTE SHSM Brightspace webpage, which you see here. On this page, you will find the download link for the Brightspace package, a resources and support document, and a link to the Google folder of materials. You will now look for the download link on the OCTE webpage. Once you have located the link, click the file to download. A new window will open listing all the files to be downloaded. Look for the download button in the upper right-hand corner and click the button. If it does not automatically download to your downloads folder, select where you'd like to save the file. It will download as a zip file. Once the file has been downloaded, you will navigate to your school board's Brightspace LMS page. This video shows the LMS for the Thames Valley District School Board. Yours may look similar or different to this. The delivery of this content can be done in a few ways. One way is that your DELT or TELT may have created a Brightspace shell specifically for this package. If it has not been done, you can ask them to create a shell that can be accessed by any student in your school or board. If you have all of your students in your school attached to the same shell, it can make it easier to award and track certifications. For this tutorial, we will be using an old Brightspace shell in order to upload the OCTE SHSM Certifications Brightspace package. You will not see any student names or information in this video. When you're in the course shell that you will use to deliver the SHSM certifications, you will first want to click on Course Admin. Next, you will scroll down and then click on Import, Export, Copy Components. On the next page, you will scroll down and select Import Components and from a course package. You will then click Start. A dialog box should appear. You will click the Upload button and then navigate to wherever the Brightspace zip file was saved. Select the file that you downloaded and click Open. When the navigation dialog box closes, you can then click Import All Components. The next dialog box that appears shows you the progress of the package upload. This can take several minutes because of the number of resources that are in the SHSM certification course package. You will see the course package working. It is being uploaded, converted, and imported. When all three steps are completed and finalized, you will see 3 green check marks, one beside each of the words. Once the package was successfully imported, you can click View Content to be taken to the content page. You can now view the learning materials that are embedded in the Brightspace shell. When you click on one of the content pages, you will be able to see all the expectations of the certification, as well as links to the OCTE website where the certification materials are housed, as well as a link to the certification quiz. Students will need to go through the materials on the OCTE website in order to complete the certification. You may also want to make a few edits to your navigation bar as well in order to help students complete and track their certifications. It is recommended that you have content, quizzes, class list, and awards added to your navigation bar to help navigate the shell effectively. These can be added by hovering over the right-hand side of the navigation bar, clicking the 3 dots, and then clicking Edit this nav bar. Under the links section, you are able to click Add Links and select the desired tabs to add to your navigation bar. After you've searched and found what you want, click the button beside and then click Add. You are also able to delete tabs by hovering over and clicking Remove whatever of the tabs you wish it is. Once you have added or deleted any of the tabs, you can then click Save and Close when you are finished. In order to award and track certifications easily, you will need to make sure that you first add the awards and certificates to your course. These have been pre-made but need to be added to the course. Before you create the awards and certificates, you will go back to the OCTE website where you downloaded the Brightspace zip package to access the OCTE Google folder and download all the images and certificates in the folder to your local device. For this tutorial, I will download one of the images, in this case, Ethical Considerations, and the certificate of completion. We will use the certificate later on in this tutorial. Once you have downloaded all the files from the Google folder, you will then return to the Brightspace page. Once you're in the shell, you will then click on Awards. Then you will click on Course Awards. Next, you can click on Add Award to Course, and then Create. You will need to fill in a number of required fields. An example of what to include can be found in the OCTE SHSM Certification Brightspace Support Resources document that can be found on the same web page where you downloaded the materials and accessed the Google folder. It is shown here. I will now go ahead and add in the information to show how to complete the process. For the name, this is the name of the award. For example, Ethical Considerations SHSM Certification. The description is what is being awarded. For example, awarded to those who have completed the Ethical Considerations Certification module and passed the associated quiz. The criteria is how do you earn the award? For example, score 80% or higher on the associated quiz. The award type here is a badge. You can leave availability and expiry as they are and scroll down to award image. You will select upload new icon. You will go to the download folder where you downloaded your materials and click the appropriate image, in this case, Ethical Considerations. You can change the issuer name to whatever information you like. You may decide to use your own board's information, or you can choose that of OCTE. Once you have added all the information, you can click Save and Close. You will repeat this step for each of the other 9 badges. Once you've completed the badges, you can then move on to issuing certificates. To add the certificates, you will follow a process very similar to adding badges for the awards, but there are some key differences. Make sure that you have gone to the OCTE Google folder and that you have downloaded the certificate in the folder to your local device. You will then go back to the Brightspace shell. If you are not already there, click on Awards, Course Awards, and then Add Award to Course. You will then click Create. You will now need to go and fill in the required fields with the appropriate information. We will go through this again. The name of the award is Ethical Considerations. The description, awarded to those who have completed the Ethical Considerations certification module and passed the associated quiz. The criteria, score 80% or higher on the associated quiz. Here, the award type is a certificate. Once you select this, the page below will change to have different options from the badge. Again, availability and expiry can be left on the defaults. Then you will choose the certificate image. You can use the same image that you used for the badge in the associated module, in this case, Ethical Considerations. You will also need to choose a certificate template. You will upload new template and then attach the PDF that you downloaded from the OCTE Google folder. There's only one PDF file for all the certifications. It uses strings to automatically generate the certificate. It will include the student's name, the name of the certification, and the date of completion. This will happen automatically once the student completes the quiz and achieves a passing score. This will be available to the student to download as an artifact to show completion. The issuer information, again, can be your school board's information. You will then click Save and Close. You will repeat this step for each of the other 9 certificates. There are 10 total certifications. They are Advanced Training in Technology, AI Awareness, Anti-Oppression and Allyship, AutoCAD, Communication and Effective Networking, Customer Service, Ethical Considerations, Health and Safety Basic, Infection Control, Leadership, and Project Management. Once you've added all the badges and certificates, you then need to complete the release conditions for each badge and certificate. The process for connecting the badges and the certificates to a quiz are the same. When you scroll down, you will click Edit Properties. You will give 1 credit for each. Under Release Conditions, click Create. When the dialog box pops up, click the drop-down menu under Condition Type, scroll down and select Score on a Quiz from the options. Under Condition Details, select the appropriate quiz from the drop-down menu, in this case, Ethical Considerations. In the criteria, select Greater or Equal to, and in the grade, select 80. This means that a student must score 80% or better on the associated quiz in order to earn the award or certificate. You will then click Create and Save. We will now do the same for the badge. Edit Properties, 1 credit, create a release condition, scroll down, Score on a quiz, the appropriate quiz, Ethical Considerations in this case, criteria of greater or equal to 80. Create and save. You will need to do this for each award and certificate, 20 in total, in order for each to be awarded when a student completes their certification. Once you have completed all the steps the above, Brightspace will automate all the processes in order to award and manage student certifications. You are encouraged to explore the content, the quizzes, and awards section of this Brightspace package to familiarize yourself with what is offered. If you click on Quizzes, you will see that each of the quizzes has a release condition attached. The relevant content must be viewed in order for that particular quiz to be accessible. For example, a student will not be able to view or access the Ethical Considerations quiz unless they have visited the Ethical Considerations training through the content page. This is to help ensure that students go through the training before they attempt their certification quiz. This has been a brief tutorial on how to download and upload the OCTE SHSM Certification Brightspace package. Questions about Brightspace can be directed to your DELT or TELT. We hope that you enjoy using the OCTE SHSM Brightspace package to award and track student certifications in your SHSM program.